Hi scientists, it's PS Science time, and today we're going to explore the relationship between light and seeing. Can you see me? No? You can't see me? I wonder why that is. I wonder what's missing that's making it so that you can't see me. Now can you see me? Huh. I have a flashlight in my hand, and now you can see me. I went to the darkest place I could find, a closet. This is an ironing board. You can see it. These are some clothes. Now that I have a light shining on them, you can see them. But when there's no light, there's no seeing. This is an interesting phenomenon. We know the objects are in the room. You just saw them. But when I turn off the light, you can no longer see them. Today we want to explore a little bit about why that is. Why do you need light in order to see? Now, how much light do you actually need? This is an interesting experiment you can try at home. So, this is what I want you to do. I want you to find the darkest room you can find in your house. It could be a closet or a bathroom. The best kind of place is something without windows. So if you find that place, go in there, turn off the light, and let your eyes adjust to the light. Now, you might look around and see very little, but the longer you stay there, you might start to notice that you can sort of see the outline of shapes. Something's happening that's allowing you to start to be able to see when you couldn't see before. Let me show you an example. I'm going to turn off the light, and I'm going to slowly start increasing the light in here. Okay, watch this. Can you see anything? I've got a very dim light on. Now I'm making that light brighter and brighter. And what do you see? You're starting to see me, aren't you? That's because our eyes are amazing inventions. They can adapt to any light situation. As long as there's a little bit of light, you'll be able to make out some small details around you. But in order to really explore this idea, we need a lot more light. So let's go to somewhere brighter. That's much better. So how does your eye see light? Here's a model of your eye. Let's imagine that it's looking at some object, maybe a dimetrodon. So as your eye looks at an object, what's essential is that light comes from a light source. In this case, the light source is by the window that's right behind the camera. The light travels from the window, it bounces off the dimetrodon and goes into your eyeball. But then what happens? So here is a model of your eye. And so you can see, first thing that light has to do is pass through this clear plastic thing. On your eye, that's called the cornea. The cornea allows light to pass right through, and it's not until it gets to this tiny little opening that we then have some specialized features about your eye. This black part is called your pupil, and what it does is it can get bigger or smaller depending on how much light is in the room. When there's very little light and you need to see a little better, then the pupil expands or dilates. And when the light source is very bright and you don't want to hurt your eye, the pupil contracts and gets smaller and smaller. So then what we have is that light reflects off of an object, goes into your eye, passes through the cornea, travels through the pupil. Once it travels through the pupil, it actually enters the inside part of your eye. And the inside part of your eye is actually filled with something called vitreous humor, and it's kind of a jelly-like substance. First, it passes through a lens, which focuses the light, and then it passes through this inside part. And you'll notice at the back of the eye is this knob. This is where all the nerve endings that are connected directly to your brain, and it tells your brain you're seeing something. So when you think about it, it starts with the sun or a light source, and it ends with this bundle of nerves telling your brain you saw it. That's how we see. Now it's your turn to be the scientist. This is the experiment I want you to try at home. Find yourself a mirror. It could be any mirror. It might be a small pocket mirror like this. something that allows you to get close to it. You could even use the mirror of a bathroom if you're in a bathroom. So you're going to find a mirror, you're going to go back into that really, really dark space where you were before and turn off the light and sit there for a while. What's happening inside your eye is that your pupil, which is not getting any light in, is getting bigger and bigger. It's dilating. And as it's dilating, it's waiting for light to enter it. But right now you're in a very dark room, so there is no light to enter it. Then you have to position yourself so that you're looking, you can see your eye as you turn on the light source. And you should be able to catch your pupil contracting, because if you wait, I don't know, maybe 3 minutes, be patient, give it some time, and your pupil will get quite big. When you turn on the light, make sure you're looking at your eye, one of your eyes, and you will see the pupil contract. It's pretty cool, and you should really try it for yourself. So let's recap what we learned today. We learned that it's not enough that your eyes are open to be able to see. You also need another important ingredient, and that is light. Could be a light from outside, a light from a light bulb or a flashlight. Any kind of light will allow you to see. The light will bounce off an object and enter your eyeball. It enters through the pupil, which expands and contracts, or dilates and contracts, depending on how much light you need. And it gets just the right amount of light into your eye. Then that light travels through your eye, lands on the back of your eyeball, where that information is translated in a way that takes the information to your brain so that your brain knows you've seen. Thanks so much for investigating, and we'll see you next time on PS Science.
Okay, scientists, thanks for watching. Did you enjoy that lesson? Subscribe below to see more fun science videos. You can also become a member of PS Science on Patreon to support what we're doing. See you next time.